and we are now just waiting for qualifying to begin. So qualifying will be now starting, and it is a short qualifying, so there will only be one round, and if I recall correctly, it will be lasting 18 minutes or 15. Well, I'm not exactly sure, but either way, it will only be one round, so yeah, there will not be a Q2 or Q3. And the session has now begun, and we will soon be having drivers on the grid. Thus far, everybody's still in the pits. And yeah, the qualifying will last 18 minutes. And there we have the Red Bull going out. Yes, that is Kevin Van Dijk. Oh, they get cut off there by an Aston Martin ahead of him. And that is Jix. And they now head out in tandem. And there is also a third car in the front and a fourth car before them. So the car going first is the Alpha Tauri. So that's, I believe, Dylan Konings. And we also have a McLaren in the fields, and that is John Wick. So we're now on board with Jix, who is on the outlap, and more drivers are proceeding from the pits into the track as well. So yeah. And we actually have the Aston Martin here making a pass. Jix passes the McLaren. So yeah, I guess he wants to start the qualifying ahead of him. And we now have the first car starting qualifying, and we are now on board with Dylan Konings. Here he has just started, he's on the first sector. Looks to be a clean turn 1 and 2. Yeah, apologies for the technical issues there. We have been experiencing quite many this season, so we were not able to have commentary yesterday also due to technical issues, and the same is true for the other day, tier 1 and 2. However, it seems that we are now back in the race and the stream is also up. So as you can see, Limitless with the Mercedes has set up a pole time of 1:19.525. There's also a caution on sector 2, but that's over now. Oh, and Classy now sets up another pole time. He beats Limitless by looks to be 2/10 of a second. So now the pole time is 1:19.3. On board here with Finishing Hard, who is on the outlap, and he has now started his quick lap. At the moment, he has no time set. Oh, and loses a bit of grip there on the exit of turn 2. We'll see what kind of sector times he's able to procure. On the back straight now, heading into the final corner, and it doesn't look to be a top time, but we'll see. Yeah, so he is P8 with that, Finishing Hard with the Ferrari, sets up 1:21.17. And I think he's attempting another fast lap, so 2 in a row. I don't think he will pit. Oh, and he's able to improve there on his time. And there's a slow car ahead, but he makes quick work of him. Okay, and he's 0.277 ahead of his previous time. And with that, he would be at least able to beat John Wick with the McLaren. But let's see now, heading into the final turn, what his lap time will be in the end. Oh, and he will pit. That's interesting. I thought with that he should probably have completed that lap, as he would have at least improved his position by 1. But it is his choice either way. And now we're on board with Floitje on sector 1, and he also has improved his time here. Currently he is P10 with a time of 1:23.369. And you can see that Classy and Limitless are on their outlaps currently, so we will perhaps see a fight for pole position in the race. Either way, here with Floitje, we are quite ahead of his previous time. And we are now on the back straight heading into the final corner. Let's see what kind of a time he's able to get here with the Alfa Tauri. Oh, and it's an excellent time of 1:20.1, which pushes him up straight from 10th position to P4 now. Now we're on board with Enforcer with the Alfa Romeo, and he's currently P7 with a time of 1:20.745. Let's see if he is able to improve that on this lap. Heading into sector 3, he's 0.15 ahead of his previous time. Let's see if he can carry the speed also on the final sector. So now the back straight heading into the final corner. Oh, and what do we have there? It seems that Limitless is out of the session. It seems that he's out of the session, so I believe that he has crashed. But we will now see what kind of a time Enforcer is able to get here. He's just able to improve his time, but it's not enough to push him up any places, so he's still P8 and actually P9 with that. Now on board with Dylan Konings. He's P8 with the Alfa Tauri. And we saw previously that he was able to climb to... Oh, sorry, actually, never mind, that was Floyd. But he is, P8 as I said, with a time of 1:20.3 approximately. And heading into sector 3, his time is not faster than his previous time, so I don't think that we will see an improvement on that time. Other way, with Klassi still on pole with that time of 1:19.3. And Limitless out of the session, his closest competitor is Kevin Van Dijk, who is approximately 0.3 seconds behind his time. And now on board with John Wick, who is on his outlap with the McLaren, his P10 currently. And it also seems now I can see that Jix is also out of the session. He was P4, so he will also not be able to challenge the top time. But he will not be able to challenge any higher times, or as a matter of fact, shorter times. And John Witt here starting his lap. So heading now into the first set of corners. Looks to be clean. So hopefully he will also be able to improve on his time, which currently sits as 1:21. Almost exactly. And now John Wick is also heading toward the final sector. He has been pushed to P11, but he is faster than his previous best time. So if he can just stick it through in the last sector, he will be able to improve his time at least by some bit, but we will see if it is enough for him to pass Enforcer with the Alfa Romeo, who has 0.3 shorter time than John Wick. But now on the final straight, technical difficulty here. Let's see if also the time will update to the commentator box. Yes, he wasn't able to improve his time, however it was not enough to pass Iron Forcer. So now we're on board with VD with the Mercedes. Sorry about that pause, little pause there, had someone walking. Yeah, so VD has improved his sector 1 time by 0.3 seconds, that is a massive improvement. And if he can also sustain such a high speed through the other 2 sectors, he will hopefully be able to improve his time. He's sitting at the moment P13, second to last, however he's not exactly under threat by Sebi at the moment, as he's over 3 seconds slower than the rest of the pack. Or sector 2, but I think it was faster. And okay, sorry about that, we had to take a little bit of issue at the moment with Classy, who is currently sitting on pole. He has a top time of 1:19.3 still, which he set early on in the qualifying session. And P2 currently is with Limitless with the Mercedes, however he has crashed out of the session, so he will not be able to challenge Classy, so any kind of challenging will have to come down to Kevin Van Dijk, who is P3 and 0.3 seconds slower than Classy previously. So Classy right now, sector 1, we will see if he can set up an even faster time than he previously did have. Not quite, almost, it's very close, but he is still 0.05 of a second slower than he was previously. We'll see if he can make that difference up in the second sector. We should be able to see that time very soon. Oh, and Kevin Van Dijk there seems to have some issues. I didn't quite catch that, but either way, we're now on board with the 5th best driver here, Frietzaus, who, as you could see, just improved his sector 2 time by 2/10 of a second, so perhaps he could be able to he could pose some kind of challenge to the other drivers ahead of him. And as you can see, as I thought, Kevin Van Dijk is now also out of the session, so it will need to come down to Frietzaus to challenge Classy. However, he will not do any such thing. He was able to improve his time by approximately 3/3 of a second, 3/10 of a second to P4. Either way, qualifying has now ended and Classy was able to keep his pole position that he did have throughout the session. So there we have the final results of qualifying. Classy from Finland on top. Limitless P2, Kevin Van Dijk P3, Frietzaus P4, Jigs 5, Damien 6, Floyd 7, Dylan Konings 8, Finishing Heart 9, Einford 10, Gwen Dawn 11, John Wick 12, Vade 13 and Sebi P14. The actual race will begin in a very short moment. And it's interesting now to see which drivers can actually even make it until the finish. Because as I have noticed, these races seem to mostly be about survival instead of who is always the fastest. Well, of course, it's that too, but it is usually whoever can survive will at least collect some points. Consistency is key in these races. And even though Classy had the fastest time here in qualifying, he may not be able to sustain those times throughout the race. And if he tries to push, well, he might end up crashing. That is very easy to do. These cars are very fast. Either way, we're now just half a minute away from the start. We're at the moment on the POV of the Alpine. Not quite sure who that is. However, race will begin in 10 seconds. And the lights start turning on now. And it is the formation lap. So we are currently with Martin van Dijk, and there seem to be some... Oh, okay, it seems that the race director has mistakenly entered the race, which is not ideal, but I'm sure that can be settled very soon. So apologies for this. And we seem to have some issues there with Einforcer mistakenly leaving the session. I mean, it is always a bit of a, things don't always go so smoothly in these virtual races, but then again, they never go smoothly in the real life either. So, what can I say? And we are now hoping that we can get the race director back to the position of director instead of a driver. But we shall just have to see. By the way, the formation lap is coming to a close. The drivers are lining up. Well, it seems that we will need to watch the start of the race from this POV. So anyway, lights out and away we go. We can unfortunately not see the lead of the race, but hopefully we will soon be able to. So Classy has... Okay, we are back now. Classy has sustained his lead through the first set of corners. Behind him is Limitless. And now, okay, we have, well, Jix makes the aggressive pass, but he also goes off track there. We'll see what the stewards think of that. And he gets passed right back by the McLaren with Frietzaus. We'll see if he can try to perhaps try that overtake again. Either way, it seems to me that Classy and Limitless are already forming a bit of a gap to the rest of the pack. So perhaps those two can run away with the victory here for them. So now on board with Limitless, we'll see if he is able to make some kind of a move into the last corner. Will he go for the inside? He will not, he will stay behind for at least this corner. Now onto the front straight. Goes for the inside, can he make the pass? No, he will not go for it. That is a smarter move, I must say. A beautiful, and we have Jix locked up, and he has received now a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Now on board here with Dylan Konings, and now back to Limitless. So yeah, as I was saying, it is, I think, a smart move from Limitless to be a bit less aggressive and just, stay behind. But as I say that, he tries to go for the overtake. And do they touch? I'm not sure. Either way, there is a caution now in Sector 2. However, that seems to be done. Perhaps there was some contact, not between those drivers, but some others. And to me, it seems like the Limitless may be able to, or could be able to drive faster than this. But he's choosing not to go for the overtake, and I personally think that's a smart move, because those are always risky. And we've clearly had big issues there now in the back. I'm not sure what happened there. However, no safety car, so clearly it wasn't at least nobody crashed too hardly. And Limitless is trying to go for the overtake here. Can he make it? No, he will. And he forces a lockup from the Ferrari. Can he now cut? No, he cannot make the pass there. So we still have Classy in the lead and Limitless just behind him, 0.2 seconds, but it is evident to me now that Limitless is the faster driver. Well, he is from the mediums after all. So perhaps that has something to do with it. However, I think strategically now it would make sense for Limit. And he hugs there the gravel, and he loses a lot of time for there. He loses a lot of time, but Jix was so far behind that he's not able to punish him. Either way, now we're on board with finishing hard. He makes the pass for P6, passes Fiotia there. Clean overtake, very nice. But Limitless has made an error there, and he has unfortunately now lost Classy. Classy now 1.7 seconds ahead of the second driver, and Jix 1.3 seconds behind Limitless. So as you can see there from the standings, there's big gaps now forming in the race. And Limitless is quickly catching up to Classy. John Wick here makes a nice overtake on Vade, and it's Fiotier has gone over the track lines. John Wick takes that position, and Vade also reclaims his 8th place. So 3 drivers here in one pack is John Wick with the McLaren, Vade with the Mercedes, and Fiotier with the Alfa Tauri. And as you can also see from the timetable there, Damian is very close to Dylan Konings, the P4 and P5 drivers. And he's trying to go for the overtake here. Can he make it? No, he cannot. Well defended there by Dylan Konings. And they are now on the back straight. And you will need to remember that Jix does have a 3-second time penalty also. And there was a bit of a technical issue there in the commentator box, and evidently I'm looking at this as well. That's VD finishing hard and John Wick on that turn. By the way, we're now on board with VD, who is 0.5 seconds behind John Wick. And John Wick himself is 0.8 seconds behind the, finishing hard with the Ferrari. So now on board with John Wick, heading into the back straight and to the final corner. We'll see if he's able to make any kind of move on finishing hard there. So now on the front straight, he has some momentum there. Will he try to go for the overtake? I think he will. Tries to go from past the left, and he makes the pass. Can he stick it through now? On board with finishing hard. Will they cleanly be able to complete this? Oh, it's gonna be tight. Can the McLaren make the pass? No, I don't think he can. Finishing hard. Excellent defending there. John Wick is not able to make the overtake. And it has allowed VD to also move closer. However, no alterations in the positions of these three drivers. And Jix seems to have caught up somewhat, at least, to Limitless, but not that much. So again, these three drivers, they are very close to each other, and it seems that who's that there? Is that Kevin Van Dijk that has crashed out of the session? What has happened there? And it's a safety car. It's a safety car. Oh, I wish I had the replay of that, but it seems to me that Kevin Van Dijk crashed out of the session. You could see there that some other drivers, unfortunately, yeah, and Classy is heading to the pit lane now. We'll see if the other drivers follow Limitless pitting. I think Jix is also now pitting, and this will be crucial. What kind of tires Classy puts on the mediums? On board with Limitless now, we'll see what kind of tires he will have. And he puts on the hard compound tires. So we will see what kind of positions we get after the pitting session is over. And John Wick has not pitted, so he is leading the race. He is on hard tires that are 6 laps old. And Sebi has also not pitted, so he's P3. He was not able to pass Classy, even though Classy pitted. So it will be interesting to see who has got the strategy best down, because it is really crucial. The race is 27 laps long, so one pit stop would perhaps be enough. But who are we now? Arnforser? Oh, he is putting on hard tires. He's well behind the rest of the pack. I'm not sure if he was part of the shenanigans there with Kevin Van Dijk. I wasn't quite able to catch that. Either way, most drivers now seem to be forming up cleanly behind the safety car. So we have John Wick in the lead, Classy behind him Sebi, then Limitless. Damian is there then, and then Dylan Konings finishing hard, Jix, VD, and then slightly behind them is then Gwen Dawn, Fiotje and Frietsos, and way behind them is Einforcell. So we'll see what the stewards say, how long the safety car will be circling around, if Einforcell and some of the other drivers will be able to catch up. And the pack led by Gwendon has caught up to the main set of drivers. And we only have Ironforcer who has not caught up to the safety car. Now, after the safety car ends, I predict that we will likely see Classy try to make a quick overtake of John Wick. Classy was, after all, the pole position driver after qualifying. He's also on brand new medium compound tires versus John Wick, who has 7 laps old hard tires. So there will probably be at least an attempt of an overtake there right after that. Then Sebi was much slower than the rest of the drivers, in qualifying at least. So probably most of the... And safety car in this lap, That's interesting, so we will have to closely watch the race start. I was about to say that Sebi will also likely be passed by many drivers, or at least most drivers will want to pass him. He is likely slower. He has not pitted, also he is on 7 laps old medium tires, and I would make the claim that those are at the moment the worst tires on the track. So let's see here, now heading into the front straight, John Wick will resume racing in a moment. And green flag, here we go. Classy and John Wick battling it out for the lead. John Wick has a 0.3 second advantage there. And Seppi has already lost a second there, so as I predicted, he is falling behind fast. Classy, can he make the overtake? I think he can. Yeah, John Wick has nothing on Classy there. It is an easy overtake for him. Well, not easy, but it is a clean overtake. Very nice work from him. John Wick couldn't really do anything about that. And yeah, as I predicted, Seppi has already been passed by... but John Wick! Oh, he attempted that. He attempted to go for... to take back his position. Seppi, I must have crashed or like locked up or something, because he's now last place again, even though he was P3 just a moment ago. Other way now on board with Limitless, who is following Finishing Heart, who is close to John Wick. And John Wick has already fallen 1.2 seconds behind Classy, so the rest of the pack will need to try and pass him quickly if they want to try to catch up to Classy. And there seems to be a gap having formed between Limitless and Damian. So, the Ferrari tried to go for the overtake, but no, and now Limitless has passed the Ferrari, I think, or has he? Oh, it's close, they're almost 3 wide here. The Ferrari tries to pass the McLaren. Mercedes moves to the inside, let's see. The Ferrari tries to pass from the outside. Oh, and they touch! And the result from that is that Limitless is now second, Finishing Heart is third, and Damian is fourth, and John Wick has dropped all the way to fifth. So we will need to see what the stewards think of that. Finishing Heart clipped into John Wick there, causing a huge crash. And we now have 5 drivers within a second of each other. And they are Limitless, Finishing Heart, Damian, John Wick, and Jix. And we are at the moment on board with Jix. Jix still has the 3-second time penalty, which will be added at the end of the race, or I'm not sure if he can serve it on the pits. And Jix, can he make the overtake on John Wick? Goes for the inside. And I think he will be able to sustain it. Oh no, he will not! Oh yes, he will, easily. And John Wick has now been passed by the entire pack. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we will see what the stewards think of... Oh, and Finishing Heart that just is trying to pass Limitless here. Let's see if he can make it stick. Yes, he can. And finishing hard now takes second place in the race. Limitless following close behind him. And John Wick has not quite fallen off yet, but I think he will, and he will need to pit quite soon. Well, perhaps not just yet, but at some point he will need to pit, and the other drivers may not. And John Wick is falling fast from the group. So we now have the hunt back, let's call it, with finishing hard, and after him Limitless, and Damian, and then Jix, 4 drivers. And now on board with Limitless, let's see if... Oh, he's trying to go for the overtake on the Ferrari. No, but he will not tempt it. He backs down in the end. And we now have the 2 McLarens behind one another. Frietsas has actually passed John Wick. So, yeah, John Wick, I think he has made a strategic or tactical error with not pitting during the safety car. So now Limitless. Will he try to go for an overtake on the Ferrari? Yes, he will. Now can he make it? Going on the outside. Yes! And he just passes him on the straight. He has much higher straight speed there, evidently. And Jix is... No overtakes there after the Limitless overtaking finishing hard. So now Limitless is second in the race. However, what it can be seen is that they have not been able to catch up to Classy. So they were, I think, 1 lap ago, they were like 5 seconds behind, and now they're almost 6. So it seems that if Classy can just drive cleanly for the rest of the race, he will be able to walk off with it, Max Verstappen style, with the Ferrari. So now on board Jix. Jix is very close there to Damian. I think he wants to make the overtake at some point. But we still have the 4 drivers, Limitless finishing hard, Damian and Jix, very close to one another. So at least the competition for P2 and P3 is strong. Jix now going for the overtake on Damian. I think he's able to make that. Yes, he is. He's late on the brakes, but it works still. Or does it? Safety car now, actually. What has happened? Who is out there of the race? I can't quite... It's Gwen Dawn who has crashed. And let's see what kind of pits we will be getting. So Limitless at least is pitting. And Classy is not pitting. Classy has not pitted, and he's actually ahead of the safety car. So does that mean that he has effectively lapped the entire pack? I think it does. That's a huge development. That is a huge development there. So the rest of the pack seems to have pitted for mediums. That is a huge development. However, it looks to me that the rest of so perhaps Classy has not gained such an advantage as on the safety car, or rather how long the safety car will circle around the track. So Classy has a 33-second advantage over the rest of the pack. Oh, is he stopping? Yes, he is. Classy is pulling into the pit lane now, and I think that's a smart move because he has 33 seconds of time, so he will be able to come out of the pits in first place, I think. There you can see Limitless driving. I think he wants to go faster because he knows he has a chance to get P1, but no, I don't. There will be no chance. Classy will sustain his first place, and safety car is waiting there after turn 2. So that's a smart move from Classy. What kind of tires did he pit, however? He has pitted for brand new mediums. And will he now stay after the safety car? Where is the safety car? Yes, he will. The safety car has begun moving, so the pack will now build up behind it. And Damian, after the pit stop, has fallen into 7th place, which is interesting. Red Bull clearly had some issues with pitting there. And this has allowed Frietsos and Dylan Konings to pass him. Yes, oh, and did Frietsos just pass Jigs on the safety car? I think he needs to give that back, or doesn't he? Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure that Jigs was just ahead of Frietsos. But I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure about that. By the way, still 11 drivers in the grid. John Wick. Oh, John Wick crashed. I didn't even see when that happened, but either way, we still have 11 drivers on the track. John Wick, Gwen Dunn, Kevin Van Dijk have all crashed out, and we will not, of course, be counting Martin Van Dijk, who was not meant to be a part of the race anyway. Wait, is the safety car ending? I wasn't looking there, that's interesting. What is happening with Frietsos and Jigs? And will we resume racing now? Yes, we will. Lassie now leads the pack as the racing starts again. Classy Limitless finishing hard there. Oh, and Limitless tries to make the overtake. He can't quite do it. Finishing hard is right behind them. And no, it seems to be that, yes, very, very rare, even though it is, the entire pack has made it cleanly after the race restart from turns 1 and 2. It's a marvel, really. But either way, it seems that the whole pack is still pretty much intact except for Sebi. So all the drivers are within 1 second of one another. So we will see where the gaps start to form. Limitless, we'll hope that he can stay behind Classy. He can't afford to lose him again. The gap there is 0.5 seconds. Actually going up. And race control has given Fiotje a time penalty of 3 seconds. Since there are multiple warnings. So perhaps those are probably track violations. But not 100% sure on that. Either way, now on board with Limitless. Could he try to go for an overtake here? I don't think he can because he was too far behind Glassy heading into the main straight. Either way, the whole pack is still intact. No drivers have fallen off other than Sebi in the first lap. So hopefully we will have some tight race. Oh, Frietsos brakes late, makes a pass on Finishing Hard. However, he goes off the track line and Finishing Hard retakes that position. And we will see what the stewards think of that, if they think that Frietsos is worth penalizing. However, that move, what it has done is finishing. Oh, and Jigs making the overtake on Frietsos, and he sticks it. It is a very good overtake there. He's now P4. And now Dylan Konings has been handed a 3-second time penalty, also most likely for track limit violations. And you can see there that Limitless is falling behind from Classy, and Finishing Hard has fallen behind from Limitless. And Classy now sets the first lap of the race. Jigs making the overtake on Finishing Hard. Can he have it stick? Yes, he can. It's a very good overtake. And now Damian trying to overtake Frietsos, and I think, yes, he's able to do it on the inside. Very nice. However, Damian, can he undercut? No, he can't. And Frietsos couldn't undercut there. Damian is now P5. Frietsos tried to pass Finishing Hard there a while ago, but has fallen all the way to 6. However, he is taking that position back. We'll see if he can stick it through. Yes! Yes, he can. That is a clean overtake now, unlike the attempt that he made on Finishing Hard. But now it seems Finishing Hard and Jigs have also run off from the rest of the pack. So Classy is clear or easily in front, followed by Limitless, who has quite a big gap to Jigs as well. However, the gap is being closed. Damian makes the overtake there on Frietzaus. However, he goes off track limits, and I think that might be a warning, at least, or maybe a time penalty. And when Dylan Konings comes from the left, and he passes both of them. What overtake? And also passes both of them. Crazy racing. Frietzaus. Oh, and he now pass Damian. No, he can't. Damian might be able to pass Ironforcer back. Yes, he can. This is some amazing racing here at the final corner and back straight of the race. So to recap what just happened there, it's still going on. It's still going on, yeah. Damian and Frietzaus were battling. It allowed for Dylan Konings and Ironforcer to come and pass them both. But then Damian and Frietzaus both took their positions back for Ironforcer. And now we have Dylan Konings trying to pass Dylan Konings again! Another track violation. Frietzaus, can he pass Damian? Maybe they are side by side there. No, he can't make that pass. And Dylan Konings, will he be handed another time penalty because he went wide of the track there while making that overtake on Damian? By the way, Jigs now going into the front. Jigs has caught up to Limitless. So perhaps there will be an overtake there on P2. There is now a huge pack forming behind Dylan Konings. Frietzaus and Damian side by side. And also... Oh, sorry, my bad. It was Dylan Konings and Frietzaus side by side there. Jigs makes the overtake, as I said, on Limitless. It is a very nice overtake at that. And I think that Limitless might be falling off. Okay, let's see now. Frietzaus, I think, was just passed by Damian. Damian goes a bit wide. Can Frietzaus take... No, I don't think he can. Will Dylan Konings be able to profit here? Not quite. Not quite. And there we have Ironforcer now being passed by Piotr. So, the racing there has allowed for the rest of the pack. Oh, and now Ironforcer has spun! He spun out of the race, I think. Or no, not out of the race, but he has fallen out of the pack. What a crazy spin development there. And Limitless has passed Jigs once more. So there will likely be a battle for P or the second place in the race there. However, as you remember, Jigs does have a 3-second time penalty, so unless he can build a 3-second gap between him and Limitless, he will not be able to take the silver position in this race. Either way, Frietzaus now behind Damian. It is still a huge battle between those two drivers. Now on the main straight, Frietzaus will he go for the overtake? He goes on the left side, on the outside of turn 1. And he now is fully in front. And yes, I think his 6 is through. And also Damian about to lose that position to Dylan Konings. Yes, and I think there that Frietzaus and Damian actually touch. Damian is able to hold off Dylan Konings. Yeah. And also, as you can see, Piotr and Vade have fallen off. I think that's... Oh, and Damian has gone straight off! Oh, and I think he's crashed into the wall there. Damian has gone straight off the track. And now it's Frietzaus and Dylan Konings on P5 and P6. Damian is off. He's off from this, or that trio, I guess, that there was. It is some impeccable racing there. By the way, on board Finishing Hard, he has, I think, been able to catch up at least somewhat to Limitless and Jigs. And Jigs, I think, would like to pass Limitless here. Because I feel like he's a time penalty, so he would. Experienced a little bit of technical issues, but that much I can see Jigs has been able to pass Limitless, and if he's able to build a gap between him and Limitless, well, it will mean that he is in the race. But let's now see if Limitless and some more racing between there. Fiotje and Darmian actually battling for 7th place. We'll see if Fiotje can make an attempt and overtake here on the main straight. I think he has room to go for the inside. Will he do that? Yes, he will. And now let's see. Turn 1. And yes. Yes, he is. I think that's a very clean overtake. Oh, but Damian, can he make the undercut back? It's gonna be close. Damian is now just ahead of Fiotje. We'll see if Fiotje can make some sort of move into this turn. No, he cannot. And Damian has sustained his 7th place that he momentarily lost there. However, Fiotje gets the better exit of that turn. And yes, he makes the overtake. Damian is now 8th and Fiotje is 7th. Once again, some great racing there with these two drivers. Absolutely loving it. Damian now going once again overtakes Fiotje. They are going back and forth with this race here for the 7th place. Now on board Fiotje, let's see if he can mount an attempt at an overtake on the final turn of the track. Perhaps not at the final turn, but hopefully we'll see. Oh yes, he will! He will try to overtake here. Can he? Not right there, but perhaps on the next turn. On turn 1. He will go on the inside lane again. And let's see now, will he be able to sustain it this time? Last time he wasn't. Damien took it right back. However, I think it's a similar situation, but this time Damien isn't able to get as great of an exit. However, he still has a good exit there from turn 2. And will he be able to take it back? They're side by side now, heading into turn 3. No! Late on the brakes there, Fiotje, he keeps that position. He keeps Damian behind him, and that overtake is now finally successful. However, Damian may still try and make or take that position back before the end of the lap. And yes, here he goes. He's much faster, however, not quite able to make the overtake there. And now on the back straight. Will he go for the inside line? No, he won't. He'll stay cleanly behind him. Oh, and I think they both go a little wide there, don't they? Oh, and now we're actually on board with Dylan Konings and Fitros here. And Dylan Konings, as you can see, just overtook him. However, they're side by side now into turn 1 and into turn 2. Oh, and they're side by side still. I think Dylan Konings is able to get the slightly better exit. However, can Fitros perhaps try to mount a campaign to take his position back? Late on the brakes there, Dylan Konings. His track there, perhaps allows for Damian to make the overtake. And will Viotti also overtake? Yes, he will. Fritzos will be fuming about that. Dylan Konings made a driving error that forced Fritzos the track and allowed Damian and Viotti to pass him. And we'll see what the stewards think of that. Dylan Konings, I think that's a previous penalty still, and actually VD has also been handed a time penalty that I missed at some point. However, Dylan Konings was able to retain the 5th place there, but he has now, with the driving error, allowed for Damian and Viotti to catch right back up. And Fritzos is still in this. We can't count him out just yet. Perhaps he will try to make an overtake there on Viotti. No, Fritzos is pitting, so perhaps he sustained some damage there, or he just wants to get those tires off. Either way, we just have 3 laps of the race remaining. So Fritzos has pitted for intermediate, so that must be a mistake. Either way, Damian makes the pass to Dylan Konings for 5th place. And Viotti is slightly behind there. Dylan Konings, can he try to... Dylan Konings has spun again on the same turn! I can't believe it! What is he doing there? And VD also... And Dylan Konings is having issues trying to get back into the race. And Damian now and Viotti have taken the 5th and 6th place. Dylan Konings has fallen all the way to 8th. VD also able to pass him due to that mistake. And I can't believe it, Dylan Konings on the last lap, he made the same mistake and now he repeated the exact same mistake. It must be that his tires must be going out there. I think his tires must be getting old, because otherwise those mistakes are really inexcusable. Fritzos, I don't know what's happened to him, he has pitted for intermediates for some reason. And even Seppi has now been able to overtake him. All the way on board with Viotti. He won't be able to try to mount a campaign to overtake Damian, at least on this turn, but perhaps on another turn if he's able to get a good... And now we're on board with Arnforsen. Can he also pass Dylan Konings? Let's see, can he get a good... And Fritzos has passed Seppi actually, even though Fritzos is on intermediate compound tires and Seppi is on hard compound tires and it's not raining whatsoever. He has still been able to make that pass. Arnforsen on Dylan Konings. Yes, he makes the pass. Very nice. Dylan Konings has fallen off, unfortunately, completely from the race. He made 2 huge mistakes, and that has caused him to completely lose his positions. Other way, Classy has now begun the last lap of the race, and Dylan Konings, as I speak, has just overtaken Arnforsen for the 8th place position. Classy will be running away with the victory, and I think that Jix is going to keep his 2nd place position. Damian here behind Viotti on what looks to be heading into turn 1. No, sorry, that's Arnforsen. And actually, Damian did make the pass on Viotti there. Arnforsen now, can he pass Dylan Konings? He's much faster there on the straight. Yes, he will. I think most likely Dylan Konings has sustained some damage from those earlier incidents, as he simply, Arnforsen just flew past him, was way faster on the straight. So yeah, there must be damage involved, otherwise it's completely inexplicable. However, as I speak, Classy is heading into the final turn of the race for him. He will be winning the race now. And behind him, Jix. Jix has the 3-second time penalty. However, yeah, there we go. Classy has crossed the finish line. He's the winner of the race here. He had the pole position from qualifying and he was able to sustain it. Other way, Jix is 2nd, Limitless is 3rd, Finishing Hard 4th. And Viotti, can he pass Damian perhaps just before the finish line? No, I don't think he can. Damian P5, Viotti P6. And Vode, we'll see. Vode is actually has the 3-second time penalty as well. Oh, 5-second time penalty now, so he will lose that position. Oh, has he been disqualified? Or what has happened there? I'm sorry, that's Dylan Cornish now, who is out of the race. And Vode, yes, Vode got the 5-second time penalty, which has now put him back behind Arnforser, who is 7th, Vode is 8th. Frietz was there, he made huge errors, and because of that he was 9th. And Sebi was 10th. Either way, Classy is the winner of the race today, and driver of the day goes to Damian. Very clean racing there from Classy throughout both qualifying and the race. Congratulations to him. He was really fast there. And Finland, I'm also Finnish, so of course very proud to see that there. He was able to beat 2 Dutch drivers. Max Verstappen got nothing on him. And Ferrari will be very happy with the result today. He has won the race, and yeah, I must once again restate that very clean racing. I could not see a single mistake from him throughout qualifying or the race. Also in terms of strategy, unlike Ferrari, usually there was no issues there today. So Glassy finishes top of the table. Chicks is 2nd, Limitless 3rd, finishing out 4th, Damian 5th, Viotti 6th, Arnforser 7th, Vode 8th, Frietsos 9th, Sebi 10th, and Dylan Cornish 11th. Now, I thought Dylan Cornish crashed out of the session, but I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Either way, he was P11 of the race. However, I thank you for everyone for watching this race, and I think we will be seeing you next week on Friday. I think is the Tier 1 second race. So, by the way, commentary box will be closing now. Thank you everybody for watching, and see you next week.